Well, hello. There we go. Hello, guys. Welcome back. I wanted to make you a video about Loki and pain. And I mean any kind of pain. I mean physical pain. I mean like psychic pain, like whatever. Um, as I told you, Loki had teased me and told me if I could reclaim all 4 piercings in each ear, I could go out and get my hair dyed. Well, obviously we went ahead and dyed my hair anyhow. But tonight I found, like, I'm finding them 1 pair at a time. First I had, like, my 1 pair, and then my 2nd pair, and then, oh, I shouldn't have touched that. Then my 3rd pair, and the 3rd hole's head closed. Partially closed. And anyone who has any piercing, I don't care about your gender, pain is pain. And when you reopen that hole, so you can have the piercing, you're like, oh god, call a medic. So yeah, I mean, it's tolerable. It's not a pain you can describe unless you've done it. And when you've done it, you're like, oh, somebody take care of me. And it's kind of a metaphor because if you want something bad enough, sometimes you have to go through a lot of pain before you get there. I am really bad with physical pain, so right now I'm not a happy camper. It feels like there's bullet ants hanging off my ears. And, you know, then I've got the 4th holes. If I ever find my emeralds, which have completely straight up disappeared, and before you get excited, they were like from, Wally World, so, whatever. They were supposed emerald studs. And you know, I've been seeing stuff today as after I gave up that channel, I said I would always like FNAF and everything. And I kind of do and I don't, because you do have a lot of complicated feelings, and I did feel, you know, rejected by the FNAF community because the channel never took off. So I kept thinking, you know, what's wrong with me? Why don't they like me? You know, am I, you know, that unattractive? Am I that whatever, that they don't like me? Why did I never take off? I mean, it really hurt, and like to kind of rub my face in it, even though I'm not watching FNAF stuff anymore. I'm like purposely not watching it. This makeup tutorial came up in my, you know, your homepage when you get on YouTube. And it'd been like posted like 3 days ago, and they already have like 17,000 views. And I'm like, okay, universe, I get it. I lost. I failed. Like, how much of a bitch do you have to be about it? Don't keep rubbing salt into the wounds. I get it. I fell. You know, I'm out of here. I quit. What more do you want? And I had seen stuff about Babe Ruth, and he talked about all the times he struck out and everything. And this is not a big whining speech of why I'm getting back into FNAF. No, I left. I am never looking back, honey. If I could get a big old burn pile and do a psychic cleansing of burning all this crap, I would, but then I'd have nothing in my house. So, yeah, that's kind of where I am right now. And we have to ask ourselves, why do we keep putting ourselves in relationships where we get pain? Well, you never go into a relationship thinking you could get hurt. We always say we did, but we didn't. You know, like, you start a YouTube channel and you know there's going to be trials and tribulations and periods of inactivity and stuff like that. But you always think at the end of the day you're going to be a success. If you didn't believe in yourself, you wouldn't be on YouTube. And I had believed in myself. And I kept waiting for the community to accept me, and waiting for the community to accept me, and waiting for, you know, gamers to like me, and waiting for everyone else to like me. And it sounds pathetic, and you feel pathetic, but it never caught on. It's like my friend, and she wouldn't mind me telling you, you know, she's going to be closing her business soon. She is the sweetest human being in the world. I'm not saying she doesn't have flaws, we all do, but she's the sweetest human being in the world. She runs a wine shop. She sells like cheeses and meats and everything. You go in there, put together a super romantic evening. She has karaoke nights. She will do anything you want. She will wait until you come in and cook you food. That's the one that fries me all the chicken and everything. Yeah, I pay for it as customer. But still, she is the sweetest human being in the world. Why isn't she a success? Why is she spending all this money to come down and pay, pay a license, and like running a kitchen is expensive? Why are the gods being so mean to her? Sometimes we have to go through pain and we have to go through failure, and it hurts. And I was going to make this video all day, and then I never made it because I'm like, that's too much of a downer. But I figured, failure does hurt. And I kind of, so to speak, put on my war paint, which is what they call when women put on their makeup. Because usually, if a woman is determined enough to put on her makeup and put on her jewelry, she's coming after you. So I thought, you know what? It's kind of funny. I lost and I failed. I did. I lost and I failed. But I gained back a lot of stuff too. I'm gaining back the jewelry. I could not wear jewelry and, be working because you know what whiny brats kids are. Why are you wearing jewelry? Why you have makeup on? Why you... Shut up, okay? Just shut up and get off my channel. And that's part of why I fell. But, I gave up so much of my own identity to be on that channel. And someone had mentioned in the comments that I felt like I was becoming a robot to be, be on that channel. I was so terribly sad because this is me. 3 piercings, soon to be 4 when I finally find my studs. That is me. Dyeing my hair, that is me. Crazy makeup colors, wait until I find my Icy's Blue eyeshadow. You just wait. That is me. A whole ton of jewelry, that is me. I'm like actually lighting the jewelry. I have my color on too, by the way. Pretties. So yeah, that is me. Liking beauty. Not to the point where I can afford to go out and get stuff all the time. And oh my god, guys, I have, we could do a jewelry tour. I have jewelry all over this house. I decorate with jewelry. That's how much jewelry I have. So that is definitely me. And even though it hurt and it sucked not to be accepted into that community, and to see so many other people just, naturally get accepted and naturally succeed where I failed. Yeah, it hurts. It slams you right in the ego, and that sucks. And you're like, why? There's not always a reason why, mijas y mijos. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why. I worked intensely with Santa Muerte right after my mother died, and I worked intensely with her for like a 2-year period. And I do not speak Spanish, as you've obviously noticed. And every so often I would try to speak in Spanish to her, and she would look at me and answer me in French, because at least that I understand a little better. And, I am never going to speak the language because I forget, conjugates, and I forget to put the L or whatever in front of words. And I speak it like I would speak English, so it sounds like a brain-damaged child speaking Spanish. So, yeah. But after, and that was another thing too, all this stuff did come up, why am I so dumb that I can't speak a language, and why am I so dumb that I can't do this and that? And it's like, well, one, honey, you were on every heavy-duty antidepressant on the market, and you were on them from a hideously young age. You are lucky you have a brain left. At the very worst point on the other channel, I seriously could straight up not remember basic words like cat and door. I would just pause, and I was getting scared because I had, not blood related, but I had somebody in the family get Alzheimer's, and they were talking about a friend of the family getting dementia, and I thought that's what's happening to me. I'm losing my mind. Sorry, I'm getting upset. And luckily, that's not what was happening. That was the drugs, but I did get one thing out of this. And one thing only, and that's my takeaway. Now, this is not the fox I carried around, but see him? When I first started that channel out, I was having a lot of headaches. I'm sorry, this upsets me because both my parents passed cancer. And I went and I got an MRI, and they said there is definitely something on your brain. And I went and I saw a, neurologist. I'm sorry, and it's terrifying because they treat you like you're not a human being. If you've ever gone through like cancer or something scary, you know what I mean. You're like not a human being. And sorry, but I was so terrified that, I just started out that channel and I only had one bootleg Foxy. That is completely all I had, and I carried him around everywhere in my backpack. And I would, hold on, I have to pause this. Okay, and I would carry him around everywhere. I'm sorry, I'm leaving those off in case I cry again. And I was sitting outside on a lunch break, and the doctor had told me they don't think it's cancer, but they're not sure. And it was inoperable. It was so far into my brain that it was inoperable. I would just be bleh if they had operated. And that really puts stuff in perspective, because I had thought, well, maybe the cancer will pass. My dad got it, and within 2 years, my mom got it, and and my grandmother on my mother's side had it, but luckily she got it at such an advanced age, and it was so slowly growing that, she survived, thank the gods. And the one thing I did get out of that, the one thing I can take away from that was that, even though I was totally on my own, and I was so tiny at the time on that channel, there was like literally no one to hold my hand and say it's okay. And I did not tell my family because they wouldn't have cared. And the only one I had was Loki, and I had the little fox. So I'm sure I seemed demented, but I was like talking back and forth to myself. And it's a very early video on that channel. And that's what I was doing. I was just coping, because at the time I was filming that, I didn't know if I was getting cancer diagnosis or not. And to this day, I have no idea what it is. It could have just been a dot on the film. It could have been anything. It could be like something up in my brain, which would explain so much about me, wouldn't it? But let me put the glasses back on. I'm getting back in control. My apologies. I'm really hyper emotional now. While I was on the drugs, I didn't have any emotion at all except for depression and rage. And now I cry at everything. I'm so sorry. It's like my body's making up for decades of not feeling stuff. But the point is, to go through the pain. Failure is okay. The vast majority of us that get onto YouTube actually fail. And I know the person that I saw, they didn't make a success just to rub my face in it. And the people that are successful didn't do it to hurt you or me or anyone else that never makes it. They didn't do that. And even if they did, who cares? You have one life to live. Even if, like the one doll lady I like to watch, even if you do believe in reincarnation, you only have this life to experience. Yes, I do watch Broken Barbie TV from time to time. But, that's the thing. It sucked and it hurt, and, I did feel rejected, but then I remembered, when I was first starting that channel and I had no one, and I had no one to turn to. I had Loki, and I had the little pirate Captain Foxy, and I was okay. I was okay. I didn't have, like some big, person, like with millions and millions of subs. I didn't have all these people tell me they loved me and they were praying for me. But I was okay, and I made it through because Loki was there and the fox was there, and I made it through. So it's kind of telling that I started the channel with a fox, and the very last video I actually had was of this fox. So, my life, I've been fortunate enough to be surrounded by foxes. Yeah. And so Loki's always been there. And you will always see the FNAF stuff in the background. It is part of me, but for like a month or so, I'm going to get out of watching any videos and looking at any sites or anything because it's like too much emotionally to process now. I know it wasn't personal that I felt and everything else, but it's still painful. I knew, I told you guys, I knew it would kick in eventually. It sucks to not make you happy videos, I'm sorry. But if you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe. You will have a happier video kind of on the same topic tomorrow, but kind of different. You know, tune in, turn on, drop out, whatever. Okay, guys, I will see you later. Bye-bye.